All right, folks, we are back and going into round 5 right now.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a little crew-on-crew action for you today, a little crew-on-crew violence. 2 competitors that are fighting their way into the top 8 at X and 1 right now. Our 4-0 competitors, whether or not they're playing it out, have made it into the top 8. So we wanted to get our boy Nick on camera.
There he
And
is.
it just so happened that he is going to be playing Jared Bullinger. So we got Nick on Naya Elves and Jared Bullinger on Natural Order Rock.
Woo.
So a pretty sick little matchup for you right now. This is going to be Maddie's last game of the day.
Yes, sir. Got to go take care of my dog child.
Yep. Hit the old dusty trail, as it were. A great day of streaming and commentary.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out in the chat with us, bros.
Yep. Been so sick. Had a great time.
Yeah.
Been really fun.
A lot of kisses.
We'll do one more adieu to ourselves before he heads out. And I will be taking next round off and then probably jumping back into the top 8. Give my windpipe a little bit of a break here and stretch my legs. But with that said, we are going to jump down into the action and show this game out for y'all. So we see the rock, paper, scissors right off the bat. Jared's preferred way to see who is taking the play. Appreciate it, Horizon.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Next round, we're gonna get Jay on commentary for a little bit. The mastermind behind the stream.
And beautiful Ben Goth here.
And oh yeah, third hottest dude in the rest crew right there. But Jay's been putting in that overtime lately, making sure that this stream looks, sounds amazing. Got the crispy details, everything flawless. So, would be a shame not to have him on. Nick trying to do the
cheating
last minute switcheroo.
Yeah.
Can't pull it off, I don't think. I think that Jared was on to it.
Jared's too smart for that.
What kind of watch do we have on Jared today, Maddie?
Let's see. I am on Watch.
Yeah. Off stream at the moment.
Ooh, that's a nice one. It's got a metal band. First metal band we've seen all day. So Jared's a man of culture.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm not sure what brand it is. Look, it isn't even digital.
Just a classic right there.
Just a beaut. That's a beauty. That's a man that loves to be on time.
And that is your check-in from Watch. Players potentially waiting for the timer to start?
I think so.
Something like that. Giving us the thumbs up even though they don't have to wait for us. I'll give them a thumbs up over the thing.
They were waiting on us.
Thumbs up across the room. Of course, they don't have to wait for us to start, as is known.
Ooh, look at this. Wits End is actually up with the watch knowledge, where I'm just commenting on the aesthetic. He believes it's a Timex weekender.
It is the weekend.
It is not round -3.
Oh, how'd that happen? We are on round 5.
Did it actually say -3?
It did.
It did, yeah.
So what happens is that I'll set the thing sometimes, and then I scroll down to hit submit, and it just scrolls the
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're on round 5. It is known amongst the audience and ourselves.
Who coded this bull? I like that Jay came over to talk to us and is commenting on the stream.
How we doing on our grape seltzer, Maddie?
It's delicious. I killed mine. It was super tasty.
Another?
No, I'm good. I'm going to get a soda pop on the way home.
Got to keep that whistle wet,
Yeah, dude. I'm feeling sultry. I feel like I got a good rasp going.
Hey, Anton is back to check out the Elves action, the latest tech coming out of the Elves community as they vie to get their deck back in top contention.
Look behind the curtain. Nick doesn't even like Elves. Yeah. And I'm a confirmed elf racist, so I'm not one to have an opinion on the subject.
I feel like this is going to be a pretty decent matchup for Elves right here. I mean, Jared has the powerhouse of Natural Order in his deck, but Elves can just escalate so quickly.
Yeah, just going to breeze by that.
Of course, play draw is going to be important. Casting those duresses on time is going to be important.
Got a bop.
I'm excited for this matchup.
Village.
Yeah. So leading off with the treetop, no duress turn 1, which I think is a pretty good play because you know that the elf player can't play their survival on turn 1, which is the card that you really care about out of the rock. So you might as well give them the opportunity to draw another card before you fire off this here duress.
Those full arts, is that from March of the Machines?
Mystical Archives Strixhaven. Is that what you're commenting on the duress?
No, this the art on the basic there, the skull, those Phyrexian ones. I think it's from March of the Machines. Beautiful though. I hate those duresses.
Oh, I know, me too. Just
Ugly.
everything.
Some of those mystical archives are cool, but the Japanese ones are the way better ones.
I think that Jared must be trying to tilt his opponents here with that selection of
I'm
art.
surprised he's not playing Italian style with his lands in the front.
True. Technically illegal now.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, by
officially banned.
By tournament rules, lands are in the back.
They hate the Italians.
Yeah.
No access powers for Magic the Gathering.
So Nick getting out quick here with a lot of mana ramp, and he has a Wirewood Symbiote on the board, which means that he's going to be able to protect any of his elves in the event that, Jared goes for something like a Pernicious Deed or some such. Jared noticeably, did he miss a land drop? Well, he fires off the Cabal Therapy, taking the known Deranged Tournament, which is about to come down and wreak some havoc. But he does miss his land drop, so that one's going to hurt a little bit. And if Nick chooses to fire off this Tangle Wire, he's going to be taking at least one time walk against the rock. And there's a nice Staxy piece that we love to see on stream, as has been mentioned many times before.
And the survival.
And top decks the survival. That's huge.
Our man's doing the thing.
Sick.
Doing the thing.
So Nick's got all the pieces and is able to, take the time walk here. He's able to get a creature back into his hand to use survival. Just really nice plays right now from Nick as everything is lining up his way.
Great sequencing.
And he's going to go for the Acolyte, right? Yeah.
I think that's Multani.
Multani's Acolyte.
Or Yavamaya's Acolyte. I think it's Multani's. Yeah.
So Multani's Acolyte, great for this deck. Gives them a natural source of card advantage, and is also fantastic when you have that Wirewood Symbiote on the board. Ooh, Jared able to fire off a duress on the survival.
Yeah, all that was in response to the naturalized. Is that what that is?
Yep. Yeah. That was a naturalized fired off. But still, Nick was able to get a little bit of value out of that survival, getting the Acolyte, and now he's going to be able to get some card draw going. And with the Wirewood Symbiote, you can just keep playing the Acolyte over and over again, and get a lot of card advantage going that way.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, dude.
Yep.
That ball's a rolling.
Yep. And this is exactly where you want to be, is just going up on cards. Always a great time watching Elves.
Board state, dude.
Always a great time watching Elves.
Yeah.
So much interaction going on, so much synergy. Honestly, it's almost hard to follow for me. There's just
a lot.
There's
a lot going on.
Yeah. This is where we need Anton in the booth, because he is the Elves aficionado. So Nick basically almost taking another time walk on Jared with this Tangle Wire, which is doing so much work and is so one-sided for him.
It's
because he's able to remove the counter. He's able to tap the Tangle Wire as one of the permanents. And especially when his board is this wide, just so good.
Why are there balloons on the...
Balloons on the chat. Somebody, I don't know. Balloons on the board. Did somebody gift us something?
Maybe.
That was funny. I don't know what that was.
Sick balloons, whoever did that. I don't know why it happens.
Nick getting his stuff live and turning sideways here.
Oh, yeah.
I did see that Jared drew a Pernicious Deed, so...
It's pretty good.
I think that he chose not to bounce the Acolyte because he just wanted to get damage in. And, he doesn't really have a shortage of mana. I mean, it is slightly bottlenecked at this point, but
Got Symbiote and 2 Rangers.
yeah, that's fair. But now he's just untapping the priest, making more mana. Gonna tap it for 4 here. And cast another Priest of Titania and a face down card.
So
this is huge right now because the face down card indicates that he has Nantuko Vigilante, so that even if Jared plays out a Pernicious Deed here, he's not going to be able to activate it in time. So Jared is really going to have to slow roll this Pernicious Deed.
Wall of Blossoms.
Well, yeah. Wall of Blossoms is definitely a nice draw for him. Able to get a little bit of defense on the board. Able to get a card off of it. No, I'm not sure that it's an Nantuko Vigilante, but I just want to present the option that it could be. Show it to the chat. Nick tapping for a lot of mana here.
Woof.
Oh, sick. Super cool. Tribal Force Mage. So at this point, Nick is going to be pumping up his board real big. When that's turned over, he can give all of his elves +2/+2, and he is able to loop it with the Wirewood Symbiote.
So sick.
So he's able to do this more than one time per turn, and he's able to give his elves a lot of extra damage. Wow, and just gets there that fast. With the Pernicious Deed in hand, no less.
There's just no chance to do anything with it.
Fantastic.
That Tangle Wire shut it down.
Really? Yeah, Tangle Wire just showing to be such a good card. So many people have attacked that card in Elves, saying that it should be cut out of the deck. And across the metagame, it just continues to be fantastic in my opinion.
A good solve for a lot of problems.
Right. There's some decks where it's not so good and it's an easy sideboard out at that point. And against these control-y decks, it just puts in so much work. I think that he basically got 3 time walks off of that one card. Jared was just, I think that Jared missed a land at some point too, which definitely hurts, but just super constrained on mana, having to tap everything down. And in a deck that's as mana hungry as the Rock, he really needs to be able to access that mana and get on the board. Couldn't agree more, Anton. Yeah. Look at that beauty.
That wire was looking pretty.
Also notable that Nick has got the foily elf deck, so everything is even extra prettier than it should be.
Yeah.
My man will never stop grinding the elves as long as Premodern is around.
I remember when he bought his cradles, and I was like, dear Lord, bro.
Yeah. He's definitely got his money out of them and then some at this point. Dude's been playing Elves for years now, just sticking to it, even when they're down in the metagame.
Even plays it in EDH on his rare EDH showings usually.
Yep, every once in a while. We were all making fun of him the other day because he posted on the Massachusetts Facebook Magic group asking where it was where can you play?
Just look at the size of his hands, right? He can't shuffle 100 cards.
Yeah, and he's like, where can I play casual Magic or casual EDH on Wednesday nights?
Yeah.
And we're all ripping into him in the group chat, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it was for one of my friends." And we're like, "Oh yeah, my friend
doesn't go to this school.
He doesn't go to this school. You guys probably wouldn't know him." We are happy to stream, bro. No worries at all. Super happy with the turnout, both on stream and in the tournament.
Yeah, a lot of you guys have been hanging out all day.
Yep. Super appreciate everybody hanging out. Going to be hitting affiliate status after today, which is really cool.
Woo!
Definitely passionate. Definitely passionate.
Yeah, freaking 20-year daisy eaters.
So Rock going on the game here, or on the play here, is pretty important, I would say, in this matchup. Being able to land a Pernicious Deed faster. I'm not sure if Jared is on Engineered Plague or not. That's a really big one in the matchup. Definitely not necessarily a death knell for Elves when they see the Engineered Plague, but a very troublesome speed bump.
I mean, he's really in the tank about his sideboarding right now.
Right, yeah. Oh, that's funny. They're from a peace sign on stream?
Hell yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Nah, I love the balloons.
Yeah.
Send them, bro.
More peace.
Send in the clowns.
More peace, more balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jared tanking big time on a sideboard.
Yeah, dude.
I don't blame him. When your back is against the wall and on the winning end into top 8, with so much on the line, you really want to have the perfect 60 for this.
What do you think? What do you think Sack teched in for this?
I want
Just more enchantment
like
removal?
probably more naturalizes is my
Yeah.
guess, just to deal with pernicious deeds and the potential for E-plague. And that's like really kind of all you need to be doing against the Rock is just making sure that they're not getting those huge enchantments on the board that can just like clean house and totally flip the game around for the Rock player. Yeah, Force Mage was really cool to see. I don't know whether or not Nick is running Kamal still, but I know that a lot of Elves players have cut Kamal for Force Mage because it's like the amount of mana that you put into a Force Mage in one turn is so similar to just like playing Kamal, and the fact that you can recur it over and over again and like pump up your board. So really, really cool to see that tech coming out and playing out well, and that card went insane right there. Just stealing the game. Yeah, this is the white, green, red list that Nick has been playing lately. Gives him access to Rule of Law in the red matchups, which is a 2-mana white enchantment that gives all creatures protection from red. He also has Armageddon out of his sideboard, so that's probably another card that he's bringing in this matchup.
Yeah.
You know, Armageddon's super good against the Rock.
As far as that producer question, Jay programmed everything and made it idiot proof. So it's literally just me and Brad's pressing buttons on his phone, but
yeah,
there's no like it's all automated on its own.
Yeah, so I take care of the player names, player deck lists, and I update the games won and stuff like that. But as far as the life total goes, we have a life counter next to them that you can't see on the screen, but they're controlling that straight to the stream. So they can keep track of life however they want, like pen and paper, that type of thing. But they're also updating a tablet next to them, and that just feeds straight into the stream. And we don't have to worry about the life totals at all, which is super nice.
The crew is vastly talented and have made it very easy for me and Brad to just talk.
Right. Yep. I got the laptop in front of me, pulling up cards and stuff like that. I have a phone in front of me that switches scenes. A lot of really, really cool tech stuff. Jay has outdone himself for sure. Been talking about doubling his salary from 0 to 0 times 2.
Yeah. Just like every other promotion in your life, it's twice the work for half the money. So going into game 2, I think that Jared has a pretty... it didn't look like he had too many lands, but he's going for the keep on it with the turn 1 birds. Definitely a good place to be. And just like last game, if he has a duress, he can fire that on turn 2.
Oh, some Finhorn.
Yep. Nick doing the elf thing, just playing a 1/1, add 1 green. Yeah, unfortunately, no drinking allowed in the game store. But you can believe that when we're at LobsterCon, it's going to be a whole different animal.
Also, if it wasn't a Saturday afternoon, I feel like there'd be parking lot shenanigans probably.
Right, yeah. So Jared firing off the Cabal Therapy and getting the survival. Pretty nice for him right now. Electing not to flash it back. Yeah, for those that don't know, we are planning on streaming day 2 of LobsterCon. We'll be streaming the side event. So definitely excited for that. Big one coming up in September. I guess I'd say the biggest of them all, honestly. I mean, that's like, this year should be the biggest event in Premodern for the main event on Friday. I know that as of right now, there's something like 280 people registered.
It sure will, man. Especially missing that land drop from Nick.
Yep. Elves super light on lands in its deck. It's pretty crazy because they play 4 cradles and like I want to say like 18 lands.
Oh my
So
God,
it's like
dude.
only 14 of their lands produce any mana on their own. I'm not sure the specifics of land counts, but I can try and pull up his deck list in the emails, though I've been having a little bit of trouble because it doesn't look like anybody deleted the emails from last time. So like when I pull up people's lists, I'm like seeing all these like old ones too. Oh, and Nick probably also didn't email
Yeah,
himself.
because he's the boss.
Yeah, because he's in charge of the directory email, so that's kind of funny.
Nope. See Willie's illegal playlist.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're gonna have to scold Nick for not emailing himself.
Idiot.
He's demoted. We're cutting his pay from 0 to 0.
Yeah. And he has to give us his deck.
His assets are being seized and redistributed.
Yeah. By the local government of the duress crew.
So a bit of a slow start this game from Nick, not able quite to get his board off the ground as fast as he's hoping for sure. Jared looking at 4 mana minimum right now, potentially up to 5 if he hits another land drop. Looks like no land drop made, but he does have a decent amount of mana going, and he is casting what is a natural order. I can say for the viewers at home that can't make that out because
yeah, that's the Japanese versions of the Mystical Archive.
Yep. Choosing to tilt his opponents here, big time.
Gets the Phantom.
Phantom Neshoba. So this is a card where it's like Elves has ways of dealing with it, and especially Masticore can just like eat a Phantom Neshoba right in its tracks, but without having survival, Nick is kind of in a rough spot.
I didn't see that Cradle come down last turn.
Oh, he just played it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Top decked it?
Yep.
It's big.
Big mana for sure. Nick deploying his own bomb here, putting a lot of power on the board. He's going to get 4 1/1s out of this, as well as the body, so 9 power onto the board. That right there, the deranged tournament.
They should bring back Vanishing, man. They did just print it on a card. There's that whale from MH3 that proliferates. Have you seen that card?
Yeah.
It's insane,
Yeah.
yeah.
Super cool. And they also have like they reprinted deranged Hermit with Vanishing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because the Range Hermit has Echo, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So Nick has the Hermit and the Acolyte again here, drawn some cards, and passing the turn back with an extremely juicy board
too.
for an E-Plague that just came off the top of the library.
Woof.
Yikes.
Squirrels will help a little bit.
Making a black off of the bird. Going for flashback on Cabal Therapy first for that naturalize. Very nice sequencing right there. And now he's going to follow with a plague, which is going to be pretty big trade here. But, I mean, Nick has the ability to bounce 1 elf with the Wirewood Symbiote. So he's going to bounce the Deranged Hermit. And then I see 1, 2, 3, 4 targets that are going to be nuked by this. So an extremely nice sequence for Jared right there.
Good top deck.
Who is now going to turn this Phantom Neshoba sideways and gain a whole bunch of life. I might have been tempted to block there and just remove a counter from it, but at the same time, I mean, that thing is coming through like a freight train.
That's what we do. That's what it looks like right now. We always ruin each other's day. So whoever's in third claims to pass both of us and win. That's usually what happens.
Nick notably with that other naturalize in his hands.
Well, actually, yeah, if I lose the
And I believe also an anger in his hands.
He does. Yep.
Yep. So he doesn't have the mountain yet, but he's going to be able to discard this and start to get some card advantage going. And he can potentially tutor up a Granger, which would put a mountain into play for him and give him haste. Yep, immediately getting the squee wisely so that he can keep the card advantage rolling. And I believe that is the Granger. Can't remember the full name of it. Yavimaya Granger? Chad is going to correct me in 2 seconds.
It is Yavimaya Granger. Gets the mountain. Gotta go fast.
There we go. Got the Granger. So, ooh, and now he's turning them sideways. Love to see that. Phantom Neshoba coming back in as well, giving Jared a whole bunch of life.
It's brutal swing, dude.
Yeah. Yep. He is sitting pretty comfortably right now. But this elf deck can, like, just go insane. Like, it can... Oh, and he's got the naturalized for the survival. And that, I think, might be...
GG's.
I think that might be it. Because it just prevents Nick from getting his Masticore. Oh, another survival. Wow. Nick at 5 life, so he does have enough tokens where he can chump block and get another turn out of this game. And he does have a lot of mana available to him in this Cradle. But it's like he can't machine gun quite yet.
Nope.
Definitely in a really tough spot. Gonna do some tanking. The correct play right now is to tank.
It is.
Think about all your options.
Throw the balloons up.
Especially with survival, dude. That card is so hard to play with because there are just so many options available to you. It's so hard to pick the right avenue with it. And he hasn't played a land this turn either. Somewhat notable. Get Vengevine. Yeah, that'd be sick. He should probably get 4 Vengevines. Right, pitch Squee for Masticore, and then play the Masticore, get to your untap, but he's gonna have to sacrifice so many creatures in blocking that it's gonna be really tough for him to get out of this. But Masticore is the card that just like absolutely eats a Phantom Neshoba, because Phantom Neshoba says that whenever it's dealt damage, you prevent it and remove a 1/1 counter. And Masticore has the activated ability with the 2 mana. Man, we are getting balloons like crazy out here.
Yeah, they
It's
think
a
it's
big
because
old
Jared's
party.
hands are folded.
Big old party up here.
Jay's so mad about the balloons. More squirrels. So many squirrels.
So Nick electing to sacrifice his deranged hermit in order to just flood the board with more power. And I think that's the right play because now we can chump block and still tap that Cradle, but Jared has the perfectly timed deed. Wow.
Damn, spicy matchup.
Right. I wonder how long he was sitting on that deed, man. That thing came down so fast on that turn.
Got him, coach.
Wow. Yeah, this is a great match
He
right
is
now.
a powerful wizard.
Yeah. Doing things that most people only dream of with the Rock, which is getting into top 8. very hard deck to pilot and get there with. It has so many powerful tools at its disposal, but the mana base is so shaky because it doesn't have fetch lands, and it's like so hard to hit all your colors and get all your lands out in time and get those deeds online. But I'll tell you, man, Pernicious Deed is one of the greatest.
So heavy, dude.
One of the best to ever do it. So good at clearing a board. So good at just getting 3-for-1 or better. Just an incredible Magic card that doesn't see that much play in pre-modern, but when it comes down, you see stuff like that, where it's like it just absolutely wipes out the opponent's side of the board. And especially in the natural order deck where the CMC is going to be so high out of his cards, it really just does so much work.
Oh, yeah, dude. Nick rethinking a sideboard. Jared, obviously. It's like, nope, I did it perfectly.
Yep. Jared, cool, calm, collected. Nick maybe electing to do a little bit something between player draw. He also might not have known that Jared was on natural order.
Fair, yeah.
Because that's a bit of a spicy take on the rock that we don't see as often. Definitely did a lot of work right there, though.
The Phantom Neshoba just feels so tough because of it's such a huge swing of life totals.
Exactly.
Like the life gain is so relevant.
Yep, against a deck that's trying to attack in and get your life total to 0. It's not doing any comboing or anything. Like, the Phantom Neshoba keeps your opponent at bay. So big game 3 here. Exactly what the viewers want to see. Happy to provide. We got one more round of Swiss after this, and then it's on to the top 8. We'll see what we got for competitors, and pretty excited to get to that. Pretty excited to see who takes home these Mox Diamond today.
Yeah, man. I'm going to wait outside for them. Metal Fingers. Who's Metal Fingering?
Wait, did somebody see us fingering?
No, they're Metal Fingering on the...
That would have been so embarrassing if we got caught in the booth.
Yeah, dude. No, we've been real stealthy about it.
Yep.
The assless chaps help. Oh, they said peace symbol, Jay. I don't think the Metal Fingers are the right move.
Yeah, not horns, dude.
Metal Fingers is lasers?
Oh, that's sick.
Fucking dope.
I think we have to keep these effects forever.
I know. I don't know why we're trying to get rid of them.
This is like a staple of the stream now.
It's hilarious. Chat, if you could just yell out to Jay right now how much you love those balloons, that'd be hugely appreciated.
So Nick going for a mulligan here. On the play, down to 6 cards. It's tough for Elves because they have so few lands that the deck just has to mulligan.
Yep.
Jared with the smother on top and a deed behind it. So just showing the audience the things to come.
Oh, yeah.
Should Nicholas not be fast enough.
Oh no.
Nick going to 5 on the winning in.
You hate to see it.
You do hate to see it, but if he can play fast enough and land a survival and get some card advantage going, it's not all for naught. Stream staying strong at 85 viewers.
Hi, Jared.
I don't know who all you beautiful people are, but we appreciate y'all tuning in and sticking with us today. A lot of people have been hanging out in the chat. Feeling good about the stream, man. Feeling really happy about how everything's gone. It's been sick. It's been super fun.
I'm also so jealous of these dudes having a Blood Bowl tournament inside this store right now.
What is Blood Bowl?
Blood Bowl is a Games Workshop game, so it's Warhammer Fantasy, but it's like a mixture. It's like, what if British people made a monster football game, but also was kind of rugby because they're British? So you build your squad of your team of whatever fantasy race, so Elves, and then you guys play football.
Holy
basically.
shit.
It's so fun.
Wow.
It's the miniature game I played most as a child.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
It's been around for a long time?
Oh yeah, dude, since the 80s.
Wow.
But super fun. It's great because it's a miniature game where you only need like 14 miniatures,
Yeah,
so you can get out of it pretty cheap.
so sick. I noticed that people have jerseys on, and
Yeah, I think they run this league every month. They were saying so.
that's awesome.
It's serious business here.
Yeah, a lot of fun going on and great stories in Whitinsville, Massachusetts.
Dude, they have so much space here. If you guys are ever in town, super worth stopping by. Tons of product to buy. Really great case full of singles, and man, the table space is wild.
Yep, great store. Super happy to have it. So Nick is off to the races with a Priest of Titania.
Priest of Titty.
Titty Priest gonna eat a smother. Jared showed it from the start and did not hesitate to use it. Notable though that we haven't seen any hand disruption or anything like that, so that's gonna feel pretty good for Nick. Though I'm sure he's scared to play out like a naked survival right now.
Oh yeah.
When you're playing that survival, you really want to at least get like 1 or 2 activations out of it, so you're getting your value.
Bob.
Jared accelerating on mana, playing out the Birds of Paradise, and that also presents a bit of a threat because we've seen the natural order. So that Bird of Paradise can turn into a 7/7 real quick. Nick playing a survival, and Jared on the end step answering it with a naturalize. So.
Ooh.
Things are lining up very well for this rock deck right now.
Rough.
It's got its mana online where it wants to be. It's hitting Naturalize. Nick activating Survival, and let's see if he goes for that Acolyte. He does only have 1 forest, which is a little bit awkward right here. Nick looking at Masticore, definitely has the Neshoba on his mind, but that CMC is a little bit too high right now. Thumbs past Acolyte, thinking about his options. Just a tough spot to be in when you feel like you're behind. Yep, and ultimately chooses to go for the Acolyte and get that card advantage rolling. Making the right play in the eyes of Anton. Very true. When you're down to 5, you got to get that engine online. And we're going to see a natural order here.
Uh-oh.
Real fast and dirty. Gets the Neshoba online, and Nick now has his back against the wall on a 3-turn clock. So
they're a lot of trouble already.
These natural orders, man, are putting in a lot of work.
Yep.
So much better than casting a Ravenous Bailoff right there. Nick gonna draw a card. And he's really gonna answer this quickly. Finds a Cradle.
When the final round is done, set your teams up for best panic. We'll do it at the very end. Okay?
Cradle was the land. It's just what he's got to follow it up with at this point. And we do know that Jared has a Pernicious Deed in his hand, which is really rough because it's like if he plays out the Pernicious Deed, even if he doesn't hit another land, he can still crack it for 1.
And that still cleans up a lot of this stuff in the way.
Yep. Takes Nick off of one of his mana producing elves. Even if Nick has a Caller of the Claw right now, though, he's not going to be able to deploy it. So I think he needs to go all in on a Masticore, probably, or he was thumbing past a Ranged Hermit, which represents a lot of mana with Cradle. Tough spot, though. Very tough spot. And so hard when your back is against the wall.
And another one.
Yeah, just going for more Acolytes, trying to draw his way out of the situation. Super fair. Yeah, if Jared gets another land on board, his advantage bar is going to swing like crazy, but it looks like he doesn't have another land to deploy. Immediately gets the beats in. Nick is going to chump and take a counter off the Neshoba to try and slow this bleeding down a little bit. Got the oversized dice today so that everybody can see what's going on real good.
Woof.
And there's the deed, but no land to follow it up. So Jared cannot blow up the survival, which is huge. And I feel like Nick had a Naturalize in his hands. If he doesn't, he's got to dig for something right now. It looks like on draw step, Jared is thinking about activating this deed for 1 just to take mana
Brings him down
producing
to
dork off
2
the
mana.
board. Yeah.
And shuts down Cradle.
Yeah. Seems like a pretty tight play. Nick throwing away the Acolyte that he just tutored up.
Well, he won't be able to cast
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Squee!
Going for Squee, using the Cradle before it's gone here. Finding an Anger. I guess looking to get some haste online here. This is a very tough spot for Elves.
Oh, yeah.
Also really notable that Nick has that Plains in play. Like, that hurts. That hurts a lot.
Mm-hmm. Priest of Titties.
So, Priest of Titania is good. You know, it gets Cradle back online. It taps for mana. But yeah, that Plains hurts super bad when you're playing a mono,
Rough, dude.
and essentially a mono green deck.
Yeah, what's the white in there for anyway?
And now
Another
Jared
deed.
sees another deed, wipes the board.
Whoa,
Nick not going to concession yet, but he's at
So you're
7
saying
life
there's
against
a
the
chance.
6/6. Yeah. He's playing to his outs. Definitely tough on the multi-5.
Yeah, dude, just so few options, so little to work with.
Yep, and we see that Jared now has an engineered plague to follow that up.
Oh,
There's
Nick
the
throws
handshake.
his hand down in disgust.
Ugh, tough.
Wow, dude.
Super, super tough.
Good showing from Jared.
Very
really
good
well
showing
played.
from Jared. Super well played, well sequenced.
Damn,
Hit everything
natural
that he
order
needed.
into Nantuko feels strong.
Yeah, man.
What a show, but I mean,
Yeah, that was crazy. Jared just had all the correct answers.
just so much deed and plague are so good
Right.
against Elves, dude. It's wild.
And had the removal on curve and everything. Nick never seen the Armageddons that he was definitely hoping to see.
Oh, is that why he's on white? He's playing
Yeah. Nate pointing out the crew on crew crime that we hate to see, but
Nah, there's no such thing. We're horrible to each other. We're great friends until we're at the table, and then nothing matters.
definitely true. That's magic for you, man. All right.
Don't feel bad for Nick. He's rich.
Rich in friends and wealth and status and all of the things.
He has an in-ground pool. You don't feel bad for him.
And I jumped in it yesterday, and it was amazing.
I know. I was very
Yeah.
jealous watching
Yeah.
those texts.
Super nice. So that is going to be it for round 5. That's going to be it for our boy Maddie in the booth.
See y'all next time.
I'm going to be taking a round off after this, get a little break, get a little food. We're going to have one more match for y'all in the Swiss. And then after that, we're going to be cutting to top 8. And we're going to be seeing what should be an exciting conclusion with a lot on the line. So,
Woo!
box diamonds up for grab. We're going to see who makes them. Going to go check if we got any crew members that are in contention for top 8 right now, because I haven't really been paying attention. But Jared is now up to 4-1, which puts him right in the fray for getting into that top 8 with Rockin'. He's been on a heater all day. We're going to see if he can continue that.
He's feeling it. He's vibing. He's throwing Pill off with his unconventional art choices.
Right. Oh, dude, the tilt is so real with that. But yeah, I think that we're gonna go take a little break. Maddie, thank you so much for joining us
It's been a
today.
blast. I'll see you next
I
time.
mean, everybody wanted to play, obviously.
Yeah.
So we had to find somebody to come into the booth, and Maddie is a Duress Crew OG, going back to the days when we played EDH outside of Ralph's Rock Diner.
That was the formings.
Before anybody was even playing Premodern or anything like that. You know, it goes back to those COVID days when we'd go down on Sunday, have the bar to ourselves, playing outside.
Beautiful times.
Super cool. And stuck together ever since.
Yeah, dude.
So, yeah.
Strong crew. We play every week. But
Yep.
yeah, thanks for joining us in the chat, guys.
Absolutely.
And I'll see y'all next time.
Absolutely. All right. We'll be back in a bit, and going to hit that Be Right Back screen. Take care.